Hi, so this exercise is working with changing the font type, size, font color, and some general formatting. So this is the one that we started with sales for 2023, and we just did January and February. Well, I did 4 more months, and then I added 2 more people. So we're on a one worksheet in book 1, and we're also going to work with edits. So I want to add in front of sales, unit sales. So I can click in sales for 2023, and I can double click so that the flashing cursor is in there, and then I can type in unit sales. Or I can click up in the formula bar and type it in there. Either way, it's going to go in both locations. So unit space sales. And then in A2, I'm going to type sales people. So I added some text. And then also in A7, I'm going to type total. So for unit sales, this is the title of the worksheet. So I want to make it larger. So I can also, if I wanted to, change the font type. So maybe I'll choose Arial Black and make it larger. So I can choose, maybe I want 26 for the size. These on the right side will increase it more, or this would decrease the font size. So it's your choice how you want to do it. What you can also do is change the font color and add shading. And I'm just going to increase the size of it so it can show all of the title there. For salespeople, I'm going to select salespeople and the months. So these are the column headings. And we can center them, make them larger, maybe put them in bold, change the font color, maybe something darker. Maybe I'll go with green. And then the shading, something else. So it's your choice how you want to arrange it. If I wanted to just change the font for salespeople, I could go in here, and there's so many to select from. It's just sometimes some of the fonts are hard to read, so you just have to be careful what you select. So if it appears that it's difficult to read, you could pick something else. You could put something in bold, maybe salespeople, and the column headings in italic. So you have options. So now totals. We're going to click in B7, and we want to add up for the 4 folks in January what the total sales are for January. So on the home tab, there is, it looks like it's the Greek sigma symbol, and that's auto sum. Or if you, and it's the first option, but if you click the arrow, you'll see your options, and the sum symbol is the first one, so I could have just clicked it. Either way, it will give you a total of everything in that column. And as you can see from the flashing marquee, it's the exact range we want added. Equals sum B3 through B6. And you just press enter. And then we could go to the next cell, C7, the same thing, click the sigma, and it's already on that it's going to add, which is what you want. So you can go ahead and click it. And again, it's the correct range, but just for column C, C3 through C6, and just press enter. And we could do the same thing, but I'm going to show you a shortcut. If you go in the one that you just did, and it could have been in this one, it doesn't matter, you go to the little green square at the bottom of that cell, and it's going to copy it across all of them. But it'll add the column for D, E, F, and G, just the exact range 3 through 6. So I'm going to go ahead and hover till it changes to the thin plus sign and drag across. So if I were to look in the formula, this is the sum of C3 to C6. In here it's D3, D6, E3, E6, and so forth. So it did them all correctly. So this looks a little bit more professional with the coloring and the shading and the font sizes and changes. So now let's do the same thing for Google Sheets. So in Google Sheets, same thing I want to add, so I can click in the first one, and I double clicked, and I'll just click home and type unit space sales, and I want to select the A1 so I can increase the font size, and here is the font size, so I can increase it. I can put on bold, and then if I wanted to change the font type, I could go in here and select something else. Then I'll do the same thing here. I'll add sales people, and I'll select all of them. And do I want to keep the same font? Do I want to change it? Do I want to increase it? Put it in bold, remember center, whatever you'd like. Is that font hard to read? You can select something else if you'd like. We'll need to add total here, and then we'll need to create our formula. So whatever you decide. Oh, I didn't put shading in, so let me increase this so we can see all of unit sales, and I will do the shading, which is this tipped over bucket. This is the font color, so do the font color and the shading, and then the same thing, hold sales people and go across. Do you want to change the font color, and then the background? So it's your choice. So now for total, we're in B7. So select B7, and you want the total for the 4 salespeople for January. So click your ellipsis for more features, and there's the sigma symbol, which is the sum. And then again, here they are, the same as you saw in Excel, and that's the first one we want, sum. This one, it gives you the start of the formula, equal sum, but it's waiting for the range. So I'm going to point and hold with the left mouse and drag down, and it should be B3 through B6. And I'll just press tab, do the same thing, sum, again it's asking for the range, hold and drag down, C3 through C6. We get the idea. Also, it's not the green square, but it's a blue circle, and you hover over it till you get that thin plus sign and drag across, and it'll add all of them for you. And there you have it. So some similarities, and some we have to go a little bit further to find where the features are. And that's the fonts and general formatting, making them look more professional. Thank you.